Last week, we brought you part one of the Georgia Farm Bureau's Young Farmer and Rancher Farm Tour. Today, the Monitor's Dean Wood reports on the second and final day of that trip and how Southeast Georgia shows the flexibility of agriculture in our state.
It's really a great event where other farmers and their families can come out, go around and see agriculture in different parts of the state.
Day 2 of Farm Tour 2010 hit the ground running with the buses making their way to the first stop, Wyndham Williams Fish Farm in Hawkinsville.
We've got 3 or 4 different stages of the catfish eggs where we can show you from eggs that we've just collected to fish that are almost ready to go out into ponds.
Paul Williams and the late Ed Owens started producing channel catfish fingerling for local growers back in 1981. But with the lack of catfish processing plants in Georgia, the operations business plan had to change.
Well, it has really grown. 5 years ago, when processing plants looked prominent in the state of Georgia, we grew approximately 5 million catfish fingerlings to supply farms here in Georgia. But without a processing plant, the catfish industry kind of backed off a little bit, and we had to shift gears to the recreational pond owners.
Today, the farm specializes in providing fish for stocking lakes and ponds that include largemouth bass, hybrid striped bass, sunfish, channel catfish, grass carp, and forage fish. Next came a short ride to the next stop of the tour, the Black Gold Potato Farm.
Potatoes are our specialty, and it's not a baked potato, it's a chip potato. And the chip potato is specifically for the potato chip market.
Being the supplier of the largest potato chip company in the entire U.S., it must keep up with the fast pace. The facility ships more than 500 billion pounds of potatoes to accommodate this demand. The goal of Black Gold is to take the harvested potatoes to the buyer, which turns them into potato chips in just 4 hours. To become this efficient, equipment must come from all over the country to help meet these goals.
This harvester here just came from Florida. Florida got done. I needed another harvester. We made a few phone calls. Tractor and harvester gets here, and that's what it's doing here right now. It's not broke down. It's getting ready to go to the field.
Black Gold also grows corn, wheat, soybeans, and green beans. This operation requires innovation along with careful planning and quick thinking to stay on top of its game. Next, the tour stopped at the Georgia Farm Bureau Certified Farm Market of Calhoun Produce. This family-owned operation carries a variety of in-season farm fresh vegetables and fruits. Owner Joyce Calhoun says that agritourism has helped bring in more and more visitors to the farm.
That is the fun part of this farming, is the agritourism. And we do a lot in strawberry season because we do a lot of field trips from area counties of kids that come here, and then that brings in more families. I feel very good about it, and we all put a lot into it. We want the kids to see where the eggs come from or the strawberries don't come out of the grocery store first, and how everything grows. And it excites us when people are excited.
Jackson Farms was next, which is located in the watermelon capital of the world, Cordele. The operation itself goes back to 1951 when Harold Jackson established the company. But in 1974, Harold's son Ricky took over and continues to run the farm today. In 1997, Jackson Farms decided to change the way that it packed its watermelons, from bulk to bins like you see here. And although watermelon is the farm's primary crop, peanuts and cotton are also grown here. On a side note, Jackson Farms has been Primus certified for 3 straight years, and it's proud of its score of 95 or above in all 3 areas of certification. As the day drew to a close on the 2010 farm tour, the members visited the last stop of the tour, Ellis Brothers Pecan Market. The farm was bought by Marvin and Irene Ellis in 1944. Marvin later on asked his son to join the business, and they've seen it grow from selling only the pecan-based products to raising peanuts, peaches, and cotton, and running their retail store located on the same orchard that was purchased way back in 1944. The overall theme of this year's farm tour was how agriculture has evolved over the years, whether it be growing their operations to supply a certain demand or bring in tourists to share the experience of just being on a farm. Farmers will always adapt to an ever-changing world.
And in this day and time when money's tight and people are looking something for some activity to do with their family, this is a great, healthy, family-oriented type of excursion people can take, and it's really drawn a lot of people.
From Farm Tour 2010, I'm Dean Wood for the Georgia Farm Monitor.